The cradle of democracy, philosophy, and Western civilization, wrapped in thousands of sun-drenched islands. But behind the iconic blue-domed postcard vistas lies a recovering economy that completely reshaped its entry rules for outsiders. Welcome to the 99% reality of Greece. For centuries, the immense cultural legacy of the Hellenic world has drawn foreigners to its shores. The stones of the Parthenon anchor a nation built on classical philosophy and democratic origins. That history permeates the modern landscape. Greece preserves its past on almost every street block, holding more archaeological museums per capita than any other nation on Earth. Yet modern residency requires navigating a strict new legal framework. To combat an emerging housing crisis, the Greek government recently rewrote the rulebook for long-term foreign stays. Attempting to relocate without aligning your personal financial profile to the correct visa pathway guarantees rapid savings drain or outright rejection. The Greek viability matrix maps the financial distance between those who settle and those who merely survive. The quadrant analysis identifies a sharp divide. Local earners face high risks, while foreign investors and nomads operate in a separate, more sustainable economic tier. Greece offers an enhanced quality of life, provided you arrive with the external economy to sustain it. This flowchart outlines the 3 modern legal pathways for entering the country, where your primary source of income dictates your route. Taking the first path, attempting to secure local corporate employment, presents an immediate hurdle. Without fluent Greek language skills, professional opportunities are highly restricted. The economy is powered primarily by localized sectors, like tourism, agriculture, and heavy global maritime shipping. The mathematical reality of working within these local industries is stark. Baseline corporate wages sit among the lowest in the Eurozone, netting a median of just 900 to 1,200 euros monthly. The practical solution to bypass this wage ceiling is the second pathway, the digital nomad visa. This chart compares the local median salary against the entry requirement for nomads, which requires documented external income of at least 3,500 euros a month. Clearing that threshold provides substantial local purchasing power. In stable districts of Athens or Thessaloniki, a beautiful one-bedroom apartment rents for roughly 400 to 700 euros a month. The downside to this mobility hits during peak summer, when island tourist hotspots command heavily inflated prices for food and housing. Earning in dollars or pounds while spending in euros at baseline local prices remains the most mathematically sound strategy for a middle-class professional to live here. The third and final pathway is the Golden Visa, built specifically for high-net-worth individuals seeking European residency without any local work obligations. Historically, this was an accessible residency by investment program, requiring a minimum real estate purchase of just 250,000 euros. This graph tracks the recent policy adjustments, showing a vertical spike in the minimum investment tier from 250,000 euros to 800,000 euros. This maximum threshold targets the most in-demand real estate zones, enforcing strict capital requirements on properties in Athens, Santorini, and Mykonos. The government implemented this hike to control severe local housing inflation and protect native Greeks from being priced out of their own cities. Investors now face a substantial lockup of upfront capital. In return, they secure frictionless, long-term access to the entire Schengen area. The government has transformed the Golden Visa into an elite geopolitical asset, pricing out the middle-class entry points of the past. Beyond financial structures, daily life demands a complete cultural adjustment. Society revolves around a deeply ingrained Mediterranean pace, evidenced by coffee breaks stretching for hours. This total refusal to rush everyday life translates directly into municipal administration. Efficiency-driven professionals often encounter intense friction when dealing with slow-moving local bureaucracy. The counterbalance to this lack of urgency is immense physical security. Violent crime against foreign travelers is practically non-existent, allowing solo travelers to walk freely through city squares and island alleys at any hour. The single active operational hazard exists in these dense environments. Clever networks of pickpockets and bag snatchers frequently target crowded tourist spots like Monastiriki Square and the public metro trains. The climate follows a similar pattern of extremes. The country logs nearly 250 days of unbroken sunshine a year, but July and August bring brutal crowds and intense dry heat waves. To avoid the congestion and the climate peaks, the optimal windows for comfortable living and reasonable pricing are the shoulder seasons, May to June or September to October. Mastering the Greek lifestyle requires abandoning Western urgency and actively positioning yourself away from the chaotic peak summer months. The data points to one overarching economic reality. Greece is a consumption economy. It is a place designed for spending wealth, not building it locally. The relocation scorecard matches personal profiles against the new legal reality. The first successful archetype is the remote professional. If you can securely document a stable external income over 3,500 euros, the system welcomes you. The second ideal candidate is the high net worth individual, ready to park 800,000 euros in prime real estate in exchange for European residency. Conversely, anyone arriving with the intent to survive by finding a local wage job faces near certain financial failure. The lifestyle will also reject those who cannot tolerate bureaucratic delays and a slow, rigid cultural pace. Would you baseline your digital life on an ancient island where the sun shines all year round? Let us know in the comments below. Next stop, Grenada, the Spice Island fortress of the Caribbean. Subscribe to stay real.